You don't understand, Father. I'm going to be an actor. And what the dad hear is, oh, he's going to be an Uber driver. Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to Pint Cellar. I'm Jarvis, and I'm joined with Hubrecht. How you doing, sir?
I am doing well. Hello, Lewis. How are you this day?
I'm doing good, thank you. I'm doing very good, especially when it's my birthday. And, to celebrate, I've actually brought on another crew member back from On Air with Jarvis. So let's give a warm welcome to Badger. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Happy to be back. The boys are back in town.
The boys are back in town. The boys are
Finally.
back in town.
Hell yeah. Oh, I've been excited for this. Happy birthday, by the way, Lewis.
Yeah, thank you so much. And,
we cannot get you a piñata.
I only did that once, like years ago for a cousin's birthday. And it's like, well, this was underwhelming. The piñata. It's not like the cartoons.
What? Piñatas are not underwhelming.
Yeah. Or maybe it's because
Blasphemer.
Or maybe it's because we didn't really have like a baseball bat. We had like hockey sticks. And I broke one.
Okay. That ought to explain it.
So
That should explain it.
Yeah.
That's so
no,
Canadian,
baseball.
yes.
No, the baseball bat is too violent. We can't do that.
The piñata was also full of like maple candies.
I don't even remember what candies it were. I don't like maple
It was
candies.
shaped like it was shaped like a beaver.
No, it'll be shaped like a leaf.
Candies.
It'll be shaped like a leaf, and it's like, well,
I would, the more accurate piñata shape for a Canadian piñata would be a moose.
I think it was
Yeah.
A moose.
I think it was like
The
a
moose is loose.
I think it was like a donkey or something like that. It was like purple. I don't really know, but it's like not the best experience doing a piñata, especially when you don't have a bat.
Like in
I think-
like a proper traditional piñata would be like this kind of starburst kind of shape, and kind of the challenge of it would be like the piñata is actually made from like a ceramic jar, and you would hit it with a broomstick, so it'll actually take some actual effort to break it. So that's
Oh.
kind of like what the challenge comes from the traditional minded piñatas, at least.
Violent. I'm here for it.
Yes, violence. It's a good outlet for
Violence.
aggression. if
Violence
anything.
builds character. But yeah, so I'm actually 28 years old today, so I'm not sure how to feel about that actually.
Your biological clock is ticking.
No, your life only starts by 30. That's the quote.
Okay.
When you're
Alright.
our early 20s is still basically just teenage years plus. Just saying.
Yeah, fair enough. I would say welcome to the
Um,
adult club.
Yeah, now you're in the adult club.
Welcome to the adult club. Well, I've just passed my mid-30s. I'm 26, or I was 26 in November.
No, I'm
So
an
I've
old
still got
man
a
now.
few- Oh yeah, you're a hag.
Yeah, I'm a hag basically.
Yeah.
I'm 30. This is February, so in February. So yeah, I'm a hag.
Poor Hugh.
Crushing in your 30s, crushing in your 30s, yeah.
My back hurts. My teeth are falling off. My back hurts.
And I get annoyed by
that's
young
good.
people. It's like, y'all look like fetuses. Just like this walking.
These bloody whippersnappers.
You walk. Yeah, we're having like curly hair, always a curly hair.
Yeah, these damn whippers. Oh, dude. My
Funnily
poor receding
enough,
hairline.
I
all-
remember
No, you
high
all
schoolers now look like kindergartners to me.
Oh,
Like
that's
high
not a
school
thing.
Movies, they always look 30-something.
They are 30 something. It's like Spider-Man, Uncle Ben's standing on the ground and he's like, "Oh, Peter, sometimes I forget you're only 16 even though you look 30.
Yeah. Dude. I miss the 80s. I know I was never there to see.
You're
it, but
not
I miss
in the
those
80s,
stupid
bud.
movies.
You are not from the 80s.
No, I know.
All right.
Hell yeah. Anyways, lads, what's on the docket for this evening?
I don't even know what that means, but I guess we're going to move on. But before we actually get to the topic that actually hits you guys in the head with, like, guys, we're talking about this, no exceptions, but I'm going to talk about this right now because it would be rather criminal if we didn't. And we're never going to talk about this again with, going forward with Pint Cellar, because I swear we're not a Warhammer podcast, but I'm going to bring it up because it's too good not to mention. What do you guys say about the new Horus Heresy Box? Because my goodness.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love Saturnine Terminators, those stupid shoulder pads.
Oh, they're thick. It's like, damn,
so
girl,
thick.
you're thick.
Now Balkan can join the Lion in the club of giving weapons of mass destruction to the traitors.
Oh, he didn't need to go there with it. He didn't know. He didn't know. Perturabo was just too charismatic.
I know. Yeah, fuck Perturabo. Like,
No,
I'm an Imperial
Perturabo.
Fist fan. So
Perturabo is spirit animal of autism. I love it.
No, Perturabo. Spirit. No, the lion is the spiritual animal of autism. He doesn't do people.
No, you don't understand. Let me say, like, Perturabo is rage autism. It's like, it's the kind of autism that I have. It's like, if something doesn't go my way, I throw a fit. It's like, oh no, pizza. No!
I mean, those are the three most sophisticated Primarchs, aren't they? Lion, Dorn, and Perturabo, now that I think about it.
No, Dorn, that's the kind of autism where it's like he loves his Lego sets, all right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's his hyperfixation. Lego sets.
Yeah, it's just Perturabo's autism, where it's like, okay, this is not the fun kind. This is the one where it's like we have to just tolerate him. He needs his pizza and ice cream.
Definitely just has fucking chicken tenders.
Yeah,
every time they go to a restaurant.
I have chicken strips at a restaurant.
Like more, I did like a lot the Saturnine Terminators, but honestly, I liked more the Mark II models because I love Mark II. Oh man,
Mark II is great. Mark II is great though. They just look great. Horus Heresy, that is where the creativity for Space Marine kits seems to be going.
Yeah,
but Badger, listen, do not
unless you're the Space Wolves.
Oh, fuck me. I hate how good they still look, but Badger.
Yeah, they look really good.
Badger,
they look
Badger,
really good.
Listen to me. Do not buy 3 boxes this time, okay?
Yeah, please don't do that.
Yeah.
Do you still have those?
I do. They're staring at me. I've built one of them. One of them is built.
Oh,
buddy. Well, at least.
Yeah, one of them is built. I'm painting them as Dark Angels. I got really into the Horus Heresy at one point. I made a mistake. I made a big mistake. I wanted 3 armies.
I can make you a deal. Maybe I'll buy one of those boxes off you to help you out. All right.
No.
But listen. I made an oath that after Leviathan, after Scaventide, I'm not doing another Warhammer box. I swear I'm following through with that. But it's like, still though, these look really good. I especially like the Dreadnought.
Oh yeah, the Dreadnought looks great.
Very cool.
Yeah, if you want to talk about thick boy, it's like, that's a thick boy.
That is a thick lad. That's not a thick boy. That's a thick lad.
All right, he doesn't stride. He trembles the earth as he's walking.
Yeah, he does. They call him Girthquake.
He's not a Space Marine. He's not a Space Marine. He's Brick Marine.
Yeah, he's a Brick Marine. No, I do love the system and stuff. But you do bring up a good point, Hugh. Mark II looks amazing. I love that we're getting older marks of armor again and scaled up.
Yeah,
like the Mark III look great. Mark II looks good. Yeah.
They actually updated the Maximus armor. Yeah, if you guys remember that.
Yes,
I
remember.
That's the true Horus Heresy armor. Maximus. But you know me, I like Corvus. But Mark II, yeah, I really do like the evolution of power armor, where it's like you can tell which one's very early and when armor eventually just gets more advanced and more experienced hands are working together, technology just gets better, and the graduation of the newer armor are just better because the older ones are more bulky and less practical.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
i.e. Saturnine, but still Saturnine armor, it's like that's the equivalent of they don't build them like that anymore.
Yeah, for real. That's like the old Mustangs.
I hate Mustangs.
Like the old I love Mustangs. They're like the older muscle cars of Terminator.
Fair enough.
Oh, but then again, it's like you see a Cybertruck, and you're like, here's the attention you wanted, sir. Not even the good attention. It's like, I hate that piece of crap.
Yeah,
It's so ugly.
Yeah, it is really ugly.
And it's just not even appealing. It's like there's more character from cars in the 50s, and those things are death traps.
Yeah, like I don't like any Teslas, really.
No, I don't either. It's like all we do in the garage is just tire change.
I mean, I don't hate Teslas, but the only experience I had with a Tesla is an Uber I took once in the US, where the guy picked me up on a Tesla, and the Uber driver was literally talking to me nonstop, showing off his Tesla and all his features, and I think he was stoned while driving, so I was terrified. So I was terrified that we were going to crash. And he was like, "No worries, man. The computer kind of lines up the car in its lane. Look, I can let go of the wheel." And I was like, "Yeah, that's great. Yeah, yes."
Look,
and I thought I was
look, Mom,
Final
no
Destination death trap. Look, no hands. And I was like,
dude, nah.
No, it's like you hear like
you hear these. Stick to my 2010 Skoda.
I drive a 09 Civic. Those things are turtles.
An aristocrat.
No, those things are turtles. They are long living.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drive a Toyota Equinox.
Ooh, an aristocrat.
Come on, that's not an aristocrat car.
Nah,
come on. Yeah.
No, what people think is an aristocrat car is when they buy a Mercedes and we tell them, "Hey, sir, these brakes are going to be expensive." And it's like, what do you mean? It's going to be like $3,000. And it's like, well, we got to port them from Germany. They're not in stock here.
Yeah. No, a lot of people I know, a lot of Turkish people I know who
why
really into Mercedes.
Why?
Yeah, they're really into Mercedes. I don't know. They're good quality cars.
No, they aren't. They're a piece of shit. Oh no! Then again, a piece of shit car is a Porsche. Those things leak.
Really?
I
have no strong feelings toward Porsche.
Like, you can tell that I'm a history guy, because when you say Porsche, I don't think car. I think tank.
Talking about Nazi cars, I guess.
Yeah, Nazi cars.
Yeah.
But then again, we haven't even brought up Ford. We haven't even brought up Ford.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Epic rap battles. It's like, you can punch down at Karl Marx, but against Henry Ford, it's like, oh no, he had no chance. There's so much ammunition against him. I guess to get back on topic, and because I did plan a whole podcast special about this, and it would be rather criminal if it wasn't us three talking about this specifically because of how great of a series it is. But Gotrek and Felix, I gotta say, it's like the best, if I may be daring, the best series of books from Black Library. And I think rightfully so, because these books are awesome. But I'm interested in what you guys have to think and your perspective on Gotrek and Felix.
Gotrek and Felix single-handedly made Warhammer Fantasy my favorite Warhammer setting.
Yes, it carries Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah.
It's like
I cannot believe that Badger's saying that, but he is, like against all odds.
Right. So it fluctuates. Give me another fucking lion book, and then 40k will
Yeah.
come back out on top. But
Hey,
yeah, I've
I
been
mean,
binging.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been binging the Gotrek and Felix series. I'm about 2 hours off finishing Elf Slayer, so I've gone through so many of those books at this point in time, and they are all great.
Badger passed me. Like a couple of like a month and a half ago, I finished Dragon Slayer. Like he passed me. Like but I think you're listening to them, aren't you? Like
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
listening
because
to them.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
listened to them.
that's what I
I'm
did.
reading them. I'm actually reading them. So I'm normally that's
Oh, yeah.
slower, and so yeah.
It's
Oh
like
yeah, nah. If I was reading them, I would probably still be on probably Demon Slayer. Like if I was no, I'm slower than that. I would have probably just wrapped up Skaven Slayer if I was reading the actual books. I'm a slow reader.
that's
Yeah,
me
fair enough.
too. And then I was listening to the books, and I actually stopped at Orc Slayer. I wanted to continue, but for
Mm.
some reason, the Black Library app doesn't work in my country anymore, even if I change VPN. So it's like I have to at least go on what's it called Audible now if I were to continue the
Yeah,
series.
Yeah.
But
Audible's what I use.
mhm. I really did like the Black Library app. I don't know why it doesn't want to work here anymore, but okay. But you know, yeah,
I've never used it.
if Atlas was a Warhammer character, it would be Gotrek and Felix's series, because what I think is awesome about these books is that because we follow mostly to the perspective of Felix, we actually get to see more of the world, expand before his eyes as we follow him on these adventures. And I think it is really cool that it is that sort of
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, I
And
think that Felix. Sorry, finish. Come.
oh no, I think I'm done. Go ahead.
I think that what happens with Felix is that he is a character that's great at granting someone perspective into the world, because he's perfect in a very particular way. Because often characters that serve as the surrogate for the audience, the character that's learning new things about the pre-established world, normally are either characters are completely isolated and ignorant of the world until they are forced to confront it. But Felix is special in the sense that he is not exactly ignorant. He is the son of a wealthy merchant family. He has university level education, so he knows quite a lot about the world. But it kind of goes to show you that even with all of that, going from the top of the cream in Altdorf doesn't make you knowledgeable about all things in the Warhammer world, and even things that we think that the people of the Empire should know. Like Felix is constantly surprised by new things he learns about the dwarves, and the dwarves are the greatest allies of the Empire of Man, and it almost seems like the humans barely know anything about them.
Yeah, for real. That's a big thing in Orc Slayer, I think, where Felix is like, you are ridiculous.
Yes, I loved that because we mentioned this in, like, I'm not even sure what episode this was, but it comes to the point where the whole thing of dwarves and their grudges is that it comes down to pettiness. It's like, my cousin didn't get me beer when it was his turn to buy, so now I'm going to cut off all communications with him and his family. And it's like,
I haven't spoken to my brother for 50 years because he didn't buy me a beer when he said he would. It's like, oh, I love it. I love it.
He's an oath breaker.
Or maybe he just forgot. And you would learn if you just asked.
No, I've never asked. Just let the grudges fester. The book must grow. But no, because I love that where it's like with Gotrek and his buddy.
Yeah.
You didn't give this poetry book.
And it was a shitty poetry book. It was a shit poem.
Yeah, it was a shitty poetry book. that was given to this dwarf by a fucking by a sweetheart. So he's like, no, this isn't the spoils of battle. This is a gift. It's like, no, it's spoils of battle. We put it all in the pile and we divvy it up evenly.
And
I love it.
And Felix asks him, okay, so who's this sweetheart of yours that was so important that it broke a friendship? And he's like, Maria, no, Drew's, I swear it'll come to me.
Yeah.
And it's like,
what was it?
Oh, what was it? What was it?
Yeah.
And he goes, he rips the book and is like, here, now it's even. And it's like, what have you done,
gentlemen,
human?
I just finished Dragon Slayer, so I don't know what.
All right,
You're a slow reader.
No spoilers. Let's not be dicks.
Oh, come on. The series is old. You'd have no excuse.
No. He has plenty of excuse.
Don't be a dick.
No, it's 30. I think it's like 30 years old.
You'll go into my book of grudges.
Yeah. Oh, this is the kind of guy. This will be the kind of guy who'd be like, don't spoil the Bible for me. And someone tells him Jesus gets crucified. And it's like, whoa, spoiler. It's been out for 2,000 years. I think he should have been caught up by now.
I haven't read it, though.
Ah.
Huh. Point for me.
Yeah. Point for Hugh. But speaking of which, Dragon Slayer, Varric. R.I.P. Pouring out for Varric.
Oh, yeah, Varric. Poor Varric. I liked Varric.
I loved him. He was great. Fuck that dragon.
Friendship ended with the Targaryens.
Yeah, friendship ended with the Targaryens. Now dragons are my eternal enemy.
But Dragon Slayer, that's like Voltka, the Voltka version of The Hobbit, because it's about them slaying a dragon.
Yes. I love that, in that book, oh, by the way, spoilers for Dragon Slayer, in case anyone listening cares about spoilers. The Slayer in this book turns out to be Felix.
Yeah.
Yes, that's awesome.
Has to kill the dragon. Yeah, he has to kill the dragon.
Because he has the dragon sword, idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, Dragon Slayer sword. Love it.
Yeah, idiot. He has the sword. He has the magic sword for this D&D adventure.
Yeah.
But I like that the series actually puts emphasis on Felix and his own heroics, and it's not just at the start, it's just kind of Felix being dumbstruck about how Gotrek is so lethal and relentless, but Felix becomes as well, kind of a very a great warrior as well,
Yeah, I would say Felix is probably, at the very least, in the top 5 human warriors in Warhammer Fantasy. And the only reason he thinks he isn't is because he's next to fucking Gotrek, and Gotrek is a monster.
Yeah, it's like I think what's interesting too is that, like Hubrecht said earlier in recording, is that Felix is from Altdorf and he's from the cream of the crop of this capital within the empire. But when he's exposed to the rest of society and the rest of the world, it's not like what he's taught in college. So it's like, oh, this is a reality check for me.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, Gotrek and Felix teaches you that college is useless anyway.
Yeah. Don't go to university. Go. Swear yourself to a man with a death wish. That's the real key to success.
No, Gotrek, you don't understand. I'm going to be a poet, and I'm going to change the world with my poetry. Then he joins a political activist group. He gets into a protest, and the government says in the cavalry, and he's like, oh, I'm going to step in front of these guys. They're going to stop for me, and it's going to change society. Why aren't they slowing down?
Yeah.
It's actually terrifying how similar Felix is to your average liberal arts student.
Bless his soul, though. Bless his soul. I love in the earlier books that he does feel like a kid. He feels like
Yeah,
a
he
college
is
student.
technically a kid. He's like in his early 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, you know what makes him feel even more like in his early 20s?
What?
His very shitty love life.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You know, he
yes.
falls in love with the
Yeah.
first girl he meets in Troll Slayer. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to
Yeah.
move
I'm
in
gonna
with her."
marry her.
I'm gonna marry her. Gonna settle down.
But
Kirsten.
I know I do not
poor
know how
Mark.
to do anything, but I'm gonna settle down with this woman.
I'm going to start
Gonna
a
build a
farm.
life.
We're going to have a traditional trad farm life. It's going to be good. So he's going to. Oh no! I remember what I was going to say. I was going to say, you don't understand, Father. I'm going to be an actor, and what the dad here is, oh, he's going to be an Uber driver.
Oh man!
But I guess it's more
But
disappointing.
yeah,
I guess
his love life. Holy shit!
Yeah, I think I love too. I think it's later in the books where he's thinking back when he was dating Orica. Was that her name? You know, the
Ulrika.
Orica. You know, the Slav, the goth Slav.
Yeah,
the Slav GF.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kislavite.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was cool.
The Kislavite tomboy GF.
Right. So Felix is arguing with her.
Felix's biggest fumble.
Yeah. He was sort of arguing with her in Dragon Slayer, right? And he's thinking back to his first love life, you know, in Troll Slayer, and he's like, you know, I sort of, you know, just blanked out the parts where we actually argued a lot. So it's like, oh, maybe this is how relationships are in real life.
Yeah.
There are happy moments, but there's plenty of not so happy moments.
Yeah.
Sorry, Felix. He's not going to be staying home and posting Instagram videos of her doing the traditional 1950s meal.
But yeah, speaking of slight tangent here, but bringing it back to something else, what do you guys think of the cafe model for Old World?
Oh, buddy, there's lots to say about that. And this actually brings me, I want to say about this. Badger, just let me say, you know how in Orc Slayer, there's the brief mention of Gotrek and Felix and Cathay?
Yeah.
Right. So could this give us the opportunity of doing Gotrek and Felix book of them and Cathay? Just an in-between novel.
Absolutely not.
They won't.
Absolutely not.
They won't because that time is done. But they should, because this is too good of an opportunity.
It would be great. It would be a great book for Gotrek and Felix's adventures in Cathay. Throw Banquo back in there.
A book at least. And they're slaying some kind of like Chinese monster that they just filed off the numbers off of to make it Warhammer Fantasy, right? Yeah. They're not going to do it, but it would have been great if they did.
Yeah, it would have been awesome, but nah, they'll never make a new Warhammer Fantasy, or they'll make like old fantasy book. That time has passed. Now we're on the Age of Sigmar, and maybe the
Age of Sigmar is good, but I will say,
I agree.
I will say, Grand Cathay, why didn't they introduce this stuff when they were releasing Old World? I'm just saying.
Because they fumbled with Warhammer Fantasy, because they made a mistake and now they're retroactively trying to correct it.
But it's still old crap. It's still a bunch of old crap.
Wow.
It's lead crap.
Yeah, the lead shit is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem with the Cathay models. They look great. I like them, but this just exposes that, you know, they really didn't have that much of a plan with the Old World. Why? Because the most iconic armies of it, most of them are either fine cast or metal still. With just a couple of new minis here and there.
The exception, I think, is Brotonia, because those plastic aged like wine.
Oh, yeah, but not all of them.
Not all of them. But I'm just saying, it's like, and I think there's this theory. I think originally they were going to do Kislev as like a starter army because they were doing some promotion piece when Total War Warhammer was coming out, right? They were like, okay, we're going to do really cool new artillery, new cavalry and stuff. Here's some like drawings we've done for new units. However, Russia invaded Ukraine very soon afterwards. It's like, I think it was like, oh shit, we can't do this now. No, because I'm just saying, it's kind of like in Leo and Stitch, they changed up the scene in which they took over a plane and are flying through buildings because very soon 9/11 happened.
Yeah, that's fair. But I've always seen the Kislev as being like just generic mix of Slavs. Like they're Polish, they've got winged hussars, they've got the submariners, they've got like. I don't really equate it too much with Russia. They're just Slavic.
Yeah, it's like just take all the Slav nations and Eastern European nations and turn them into one big army. It's like how original.
Let's fucking go.
I'm just saying because that's a lot more original than another Warhammer nation where Giant Slayer took place, Albion. That's just Warhammer Bren. 99% of lore experience you will get with Albion is with Giant Slayer.
I think it's 100% at this point.
100% of exposure to Albion lore is from Giant Slayer, because not even Games Workshop cared that much.
Nah,
they already have too much England in real life.
Because we also had. Because they already had the mysterious mystical island, and it's called Uthawan.
Nah, fuck the High Elves.
No, I'm just saying. They already had, a mystical island in their world. Uthawan, that's a lot more interesting than Albion. Because that's just Warhammer Bryn. But then again, Cathay, that's just Warhammer China.
Yeah, and Ulthuan is just Warhammer Atlantis before the sinking.
And Nippon is just Warhammer Japan.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that some of these names are not really that creative.
No.
I'm just saying.
Cathay is just an old name for China.
Yeah. I told my dad this, and he's like, but Lewis, that's just China. I'm like, yes. Yep.
Yeah, it's just China. I love it though. I love Cathay.
What's Warhammer?
I wish we got more of it.
No, hold on. What's Warhammer's Arabia? Araby.
Araby. That one tickles me. I like Araby. It's funny.
Yeah, they have cavalry where they're on flying carpets. It's like, wow, this is really obnoxious.
Do they?
It's funny.
Yes.
Real?
Yes. They're on flying carpets.
It's funny that one of the most creative names for factions that for nations in Warhammer Fantasy are two nations that are not really that important, which are Talea and Estalia, which are Italy and Spain. At least they're creatively named.
Yeah, Talea. Dude, I like Talea. I've been reading through some of the Warhammer Fantasy books, and one of the supplements goes into like Talea and Estalia. And that's so cool. They're just Renaissance Italy and Renaissance Spain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you need, like, if you were going to make a Holy Roman Empire, as the main protagonist, you kind of needed to make sure that Italy and Spain were kind of like in the Renaissance era as well, because because Renaissance in Italy and the Golden Century in Spain are just kind of like the high point for them. So, they kind of needed to be in that.
Yeah, they needed so it can't be like with Britannia where you're just in in the fucking Middle Ages still.
Yeah, like although to be fair, I've always stressed that the Spanish kingdoms were the kingdoms of the Middle Ages, but that's just my very biased and correct opinion.
Yeah, I mean that's like when I say the Ottomans are the rightful inheritors to Rome.
Yeah,
you know you're biased.
That goes to Vatican.
Nah.
Like, can we count the Vatican as just one kingdom if it stretches its authority over all of Christendom, even though its political borders are actually really small.
Well, they were used to be the Papal States.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know. This is beyond my purview. I leave this.
Yeah, but fair enough. Fair enough. When we discuss about who is right, the Shiites or the Sunnis, we'll consult you on
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one.
When we go to that less contentious discussion of who's the rightful caliph.
To be honest, though, with the books you guys have read, and I'm not even sure why I didn't ask this earlier, but if there's like one Gotrek and Felix book you would say is your favorite or absolute favorite, what would it be? Because I'm curious on that.
Skaven
It
Slayer.
is
Skaven Slayer.
Skaven Slayer. No. Skaven Slayer is up there, but my favorites are a tie between Beast Slayer and Orc Slayer.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I have a lot to look forward to on Beast Slayer then.
Beast Slayer is great.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I liked it, but I think it's like not my absolute favorite. But I love Skaven Slayer. Listen, I love Skaven Slayer because of the dialogue and the fact that we're introduced to Thanquol.
Yeah,
that's
why.
Skaven Slayer is good. Don't get me wrong; it's very good.
He's like, yes, quick, kill man things. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, dude. But you get good Thanquol in Dragon Slayer and Demon Slayer too. With our boy Lux Snitchtongue.
Oh yes, poor Lutch.
Oh yeah. You guys know that Demon Prince model in AOS. It's basically like this. Yes. It's basically kind of like the Skaven prophets.
Yeah.
Listen, why isn't that not Snitch Tongue? I think that's how I picture Snitch Tongue.
Awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah.
That's how I picture Snitch Tongue.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I mean, the Skaven models for AOS, they're just great.
Oh yeah, I gotta finish those models, but because I already have this paint scheme for them. It's like Crimson. But no,
okay.
Yeah, the Skaven and AOS, it's like the updated models is just, these are perfect.
Yeah, they are great. Sisters started a Skaven army because of how good they are.
Oh, awesome.
That's dope. Yeah. I mean, that reminds me, I need to get some Warhammer Fantasy minis for the campaign because I'm not going to have my players fight Skaven with proxies. I'm going to have them fight Skaven for real. Yeah.
Well, that's the best thing about like the Warhammer role-playing games. You have the minis. You have the perfect minis for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fighting
definitely.
a Space Marine. You're fighting a Night Lord. Here's my Night Lord model. So I spent 20 hours painting.
Awesome. That's true.
Yeah. That reminds me. Do you guys know my current painting project? I'm painting up orcs.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm doing some purple orcs. Doing the command orc kill team. They're like a little.
Oh yeah.
That actually is appropriate. That's actually really appropriate, actually. And people say purple's not the best camouflage, but in orc logic, you won't ever expect it.
Have you ever seen a purple orc?
You seen a purple orc? Exactly. They're the sneakiest.
Reds go fast, yellow makes bigger boom, purple makes you invisible.
Yeah, they're the sneaky gets. I love them. Man, it's been a while. I need to get back to painting.
Yeah, it has been a while. Yeah. I'm trying to paint my, Death Core of Creek squad for Kill Team as well. But, I kind of started, but, life got in the way. My problem is that I need to organize better. That's my problem.
Yeah, tell me about it. Same thing.
And the thing for me,
I have nowhere to paint.
And
right now, I need to get a desk.
And the thing for me actually is Badger, how I was painting Deathwing?
Yes.
Yeah, I was having fun with. And just now, right, I'm actually wanting to finish off the Farsight army. and I'm already making like this little lore with this group model that's staying over a dead space marine, right? I have the perfect marine for what he's standing over. I had the idea of space wolves to spite them, but no. What's lore appropriate is that he's standing over an iron hand. And then he realizes, oh, there's not enough meat to eat.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah,
That would be
that's cool.
great.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, the crew kills an iron hand. So well, that was pointless.
There's
Can't
nothing to
this.
eat here.
Yeah, it's very crunchy.
But yeah, and also I'm trying out Hubrecht's actual original Hive Fleet, Hive Fleet Clockikwe. Is that what it's called?
Guatlique.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, don't worry.
Great color scheme. That was a great color scheme for Nids. So
Yeah.
I love it.
I just took the colors of a bird that lives in the south. Like that's where that came from.
But it works really well. It works really well. Especially like the exotic green against red works great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I'm thinking of these things. I'm thinking of these things like
fun
going.
fact.
Oh, so sorry.
Go ahead.
I was thinking of these things going feral on Lustria. Like that's appropriate environment for them.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, they go to space Lustria.
Sorry. You were saying Hubrecht?
Fun that you mentioned Lustria and that, but the Mesoamerican peoples it was considered a kingly gift to the Mesoamerican people to make to give attires made out of the feathers of that bird, the quetzal, which is the bird that the colors are based off. Yeah, it was considered the kingliest of gifts.
Mm.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah,
I'd wear.
And very poetic.
Yeah, made out of that bird's feathers.
And, I was going to say this, guys, right? It's not a spoiler saying that by the time Warhammer Fantasy died, Gotrek and Felix is over, right? That's not a spoiler. That's just what happens when they retired Fantasy, right? But Gotrek is still going. Gotrek is still going AOS, and he has his own new novel ventures across more realms, right? So there's an indication that Felix could be a Stormcast Eternal. So I'm just wondering what you guys have to think about that.
I think it would be cool, but I don't know. I don't know how, because I don't know if it's real. I think it'd be really cool, but the caveat to that is I would want Felix to be a Stormcast who has completely forgotten who he was.
Yeah, because that's always what I have in mind. Yeah.
Yeah. So Gotrek finally finds him again, and he's like, "Who are you, dwarf?" Or so sad.
Or maybe it's like one of those things where it's like Felix has this like recognition of who Gotrek was, but at the same time, it's kind of like his memory is like a stained glass window that hasn't aged well. So what was meant to be depicted has not gone well with time. Time and the reforging.
Yeah, that could be an interesting thing. I think if anyone deserves to be a Stormcast, it's Felix.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm more on, what Lewis says, because I want him to, not remember, but at the same time, I don't want him to be like completely blank. Like I would like him to be, have some vague inkling of who Gotrek is, but, not completely, just vaguely, like, I know I kind of knew you, but most of my memory's gone. So, the bond is still there, but it's not there completely,
Kind of like a thing, sort of like a Greek tragedy in a sense.
Yeah, sort of like that. That could be cool. I think that would... I don't think GW would do that, just because it's too good of an idea.
No, and now Gotrek...
I think it'd be like...
No, because now Gotrek is adventuring with a goth GF. Malineth.
I would not know. I've not actually read any of the...
I have, and it's like...
any of the Gotrek stuff.
I haven't. The thing is now is that Gotrek has another new companion. I think it's going to be a thing where after every 3 books, they're going to have a new companion for Gotrek. I really hope they don't do that route because I really like Malineth and I think he plays off Gotrek well. Where in the past, Felix works off Gotrek because they're sort of friends, but for him and Malineth, it's like no, they don't work well with each other because he's like, I hate you, but I can't just leave you because you have a rune in your chest that I need.
That sounds like
I
the
kinda like
most elven, motivation of all time. Like, I would rather
Yeah,
be
especially with
anywhere
the
other
dwarf.
than here, but I kind of need you right now.
Yeah, I
And
need. So what sort is she? What sort of elf is she?
she's a dark elf.
She one of the
That's why I say
uh
goth elf.
true.
GFC's a goth dark elf.
Dwarf
Right.
game.
You're right. That
I didn't
makes
know
sense.
whether you meant I didn't know whether you meant she was the goth like sea elf.
No, not the Idoness. She's a proper dark elf.
Oh dear, I don't know. That's the thing with Age of Sigmar. It's fucked me up a little bit because I like the elf factions
Oh yeah.
way more than I like the dwarves. Like
Ugh.
the
Oh yeah,
Fire
Soul
Slayers
Slayer.
suck.
Soul Slayer has the Idoneth.
Yeah,
It's awesome. I love it.
the Fire Slayers suck.
Oh, they
The
just need more creativity. Besides just dwarf
the
attacks.
Caradron Overlords are like the pinnacle of mid to me.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I don't like them. I don't like them. All right, my dwarfs should be underground. They shouldn't be flying.
Boo. Boo on you, sir.
No,
Boo.
you. No.
Boo.
Like the Sylvaneth and the Idoneth Deepkin. Love them.
What about the Realm Lords?
Nah, they suck. I don't like the high elf aesthetic.
Hold on. They're not high elves. They're light elves.
Oh, they're high elves.
Yeah.
They're high elves, and I do not care for the high elf aesthetic in any sort of media.
Hubrecht, what do you have to say?
Yeah, what do you think, Hugh?
Honestly, I don't think the Realm Lords look bad, but yeah, they're not my aesthetic. Like, I do understand why a lot of high elf fans complained. Like, they went from riding dragons to riding kangaroos.
Yeah.
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 So they made them Aussie. Crikey.
Crocky, mate. I'm here to serve tactics.
Honestly, I do like the Idoneth better because at least they have more creativity to them. And the Daughters of Cain, which are, well, they're not dark elves per se, but
They're technically
they're kind of...
They are dark elves, but it is more like Greek influence when you look into it.
Yeah.
Malineth. No, not Malineth.
I think I think that the dwarf factions in Age of Sigmar, they're not bad, but they are lacking some things. Like, like the Fire Slayers could, be a good idea, but they need more to them. I don't like that the Caradrons, the ones, the steampunk flyers. I like that they're all a faction of, they all about ships and everything, but at the same time, I don't like they just made them, I know that greed was always a characteristic of the dwarves, but I don't like that that's kind of like the only characteristic of the dwarves, of those dwarves now. The honor is gone,
But
yeah, they're just venture capitalists.
Yeah, they just venture capitalists.
Yeah. Whatever. You guys suck.
You guys suck. Well, we all know the best. We all know we all know the best faction in Age of Sigmar is the Flesh Eater Courts.
Oh yeah, you mean Bretonia? Or AOS Bretonia?
Fuck off.
Why?
Noblest.
They're actually Bretonia. Fuck off.
Yeah. We have Bretonia's. We have the lady's strongest soldier in the Discord chat with us right now.
I'm the latest strongest simp, and I'm proud to admit that.
definitely drinking that
the bath water.
Bath water, yeah. He would buy OnlyFans bath water.
Yeah, definitely. I
would. Simped away all your money.
For the lady, I would. For the lady, I would.
Then you find out she has a boyfriend, and you have a hissy fit. She's purring out.
Fuck you, Lewis.
Oh, she's going to notice me. I'm
that
giving her $500 a month. She's going to notice me.
Honestly, I would say that the best factions in Age of Sigmar are the Soulblight Gravelords. You know the classic vampires, the Skaven, obviously, and I'm kind of torn between between the Stormcast, because I actually like the Stormcast a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And Slaves to Darkness, because Slaves to Darkness, well, it's not that new of an aesthetic because it's just chaos. It's a very well executed chaos aesthetic. The Chaos Warriors look classic.
This might surprise you guys, but
I agree.
Oh, sorry, go on.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think my favorite faction AOS would be this. What's it called? Not Sylvaneth. They're called the Seraphon, Space Aztec Demons.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them. Yeah,
I'm all.
Why did the Mexican forget about the Aztec dinosaurs? What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Shame of you. Shame on me. Fuck off. Yeah.
Shame. You need to take the Slayer's oath now.
Yeah, I need to take the Slayer's oath. I'm shave my head and and go on a suicidal.
But I really do like the Space Aztec dinosaurs. They're great.
Yeah,
they are.
Should buy some of them. How much are they right now? Now that I think about it.
But I want to rewind it back. You guys know, on the whole topic of Felix being a Stormcast, I actually got arts done on that years ago, and I'll post it here on the Discord, and I'll show the audience. What do you have to think on this depiction of Felix as a Stormcast?
Oh, I like that. What Stormhost is that?
So that is actually the Anvils of the Heldenhammer. And as you can see, they are in black and gold. And what's really interesting about these guys is that they're the most brooding of these Stormhosts, because they sort of do have their memories of their time in Shaiz before the Age of Sigmar. And because of that, because of their time being amongst the dead and basically what is Hades, and because they see their descendants growing and moving on without them, and they still have a bit of that memory with them, it is a sort of tragedy of the Stormhosts, where it's like they haven't really forgotten their memories. They're just missing their time amongst the living because of the duties they hold now as Stormcasts.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. I like that art though. I like that art. I think would that be Felix's Stormhost?
Yeah, that was my opinion when I did theory video on that years ago. I don't think he would be from the Hammers of Sigmar, the quote unquote Ultramarines of the Stormhosts. And I think Hollowed Knights would be kind of like too obvious, because they are like, we're the demon slayers of our time. I think Anvils of the Heldenhammer would give that sort of tragedy for a character like Felix, in my personal view.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I agree. I remember when you got this. Yeah, and I still say what I said back then. I think I really agree with your choice of him being an Anvil of Heldenhammer.
Also, that
Knight Quester model.
I'm going to be the contrarian. I'm going to be the contrarian.
What are you going to say, buddy?
I think he should be. Let me think. What's another? The Ultra, the Sigmarine. He should be a Sigmarine.
Oh, the Hammers of Sigmar. Why? That's so obvious and boring. Why?
Yeah, just because I need to be the dissenting voice.
Of course, you need to be the dissenting.
You didn't
voice.
want.
Of course,
you couldn't say something like Hollowed Knights, even though they're silver and bitter.
I don't know all of the Stormcast hosts. Yeah, I'm still learning.
Listen, buddy, Hollowed Knights would have been probably the first storm host I would paint, because they're silver and they're basically Grey Knights combined with Black Templars.
Ooh, not sure how I feel about that. I like Black Templars, but I have strong feelings about Grey Knights.
Yeah.
They're demon slayers.
Nah. The demon slayers, why there's so many demons around there.
I would say I would say the more Black Templars than Grey Knights, simply because they're the most fanatically zealous of, in their faith to Sigmar. So that kind of sells them to me as they're basically the Black Templars of the Storm.
All right. So Saltpire from Vermintide would be one of those guys.
Yeah,
Sure.
Salt Spire would be one of them.
Awesome.
But
Speaking of which, I fucking hope that Uber Strike 5 come to AOS at some point.
Uber Strike 5?
I really hope that too. Because they're just so fun together. Like they should have minis in AOS.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that. What was that?
Oh,
You know the Vermintide characters?
Hmm?
Have you ever played Vermintide, the video game?
No, I haven't. Oh, are you talking about the witch?
It's basically.
Are you talking about the witch hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah, the witch hunter, Salt Spy.
Yeah, he would be a Stormcast by now.
Here's hoping. He was a hero. Absolutely hated the Skaven.
He would probably be a Hollow Knight because of the Skaven Tide box.
Oh, that would be very cool.
And
I have the Stormcast half of that box. I might paint one of them as Salt Spire.
And, that Knight Quester model that's in that box. Felix here in my depiction is a Knight Quester. I'm going to paint that model as Felix. My original fan fiction depiction of Felix is going to be awesome.
Hell yeah, man, do it. That'd be great.
You know what? I'm going to stop when I'm doing current model stuff. I'm going to paint that as Felix, no exception, because I have the Gotrek model.
Oh yeah, you need to do that. Have them grow out. Put them next to each other on display.
Yeah, they're fighting against Thankful.
The boys are back. Get Thankful in there too.
The boys are back indeed.
But with that, actually, I think it's an appropriate time for us to answer some questions the audience have left for us, if you guys are interested.
Always. Sure.
All right, so here's one of our first questions here, actually. Thoughts on underrated fantasy writers?
I have a lot to say about this.
You go first.
I think I know what he's saying, but I'll let you go first. Yeah.
Right. So, underrated fantasy authors. I would say one of the first that comes to my mind is Robert Jordan, who wrote the Wheel of Time series. Which, by the way, anyone who's listened,
is he really underrated?
I would say so. Like, he's not exactly mentioned very often in the great fantasy. He's not in the collective consciousness of people. When you think fantasy authors, you think Tolkien, you think George R. Martin, you think Robert E. Howard. But I don't like the normies, at least, don't normally mention him.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. That Wheel of Time is not spoken about. I've not read it, but I've heard good things from it.
I mean, it's good. It's a bit of a slog sometimes, but generally it's really good. Like, I've never seen actual women characters, female characters written this well, because they Jordan has this has this way of having them interact with people that I'm like, oh my god, that's how my mom acts. That's how my mom speaks. Like that the women actually speak and act like women. They're just not men with tits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, I can vibe with that.
And also, I would say, and this one goes out to you, Badger, because you should check this one out. Pat Williams.
Okay. All right.
Pat Williams. That's the author of Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn trilogy, which is basically, which I'm starting to read the first book now. I'm in like chapter 5. Like, I'm at like page 62, and it's like a 530 book, pages long.
Yeah.
But basically, that's one of the main that he was one of the main inspirations for George R.R. Martin, and I'm using the word inspiration very, very liberally, because apparently there are some things that are less inspiration and more things that feel like plagiarism.
Oh, Martin,
Real.
you fat bastard. You can't even finish his book. Even though the other guy, he finished it right after death. Even after death,
Yeah.
his fifth series got
Yeah.
finished.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the real question though. How many dragons are we talking? And are they ridden?
I haven't seen any live dragons in the book yet, because I'm just in the first book and it's starting. But what I know is that here the throne is not made of swords; it's made of dragon bone, of a dragon that was slain by the old king.
That is metal.
That's pretty cool.
I love it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
No, you want to talk about underrated fantasy writers? What about the Beast Quest books?
Okay, I was gonna say those. Those are. I
Alright.
remember reading those when I was a kid. Yeah, they are. Dude, you brought some fucking flashbacks.
Yeah.
No, I can agree with that. The Beast Quest books were great. Have not read them since I was like 10.
Mm-hmm. That
yeah,
deserves
like,
a Netflix series.
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with them, I'm afraid.
It's like you have this kid, I can't remember his name. And there's like
Tom. I think his name's Tom.
Tom, that was it. Yeah.
Or Adam.
And it's like there's a bunch of these different beasts and like monsters that are tied to this like fictional fantasy land, and he has to either defeat them or like free them from mind control. And
Right.
you just get really weird monsters in there. It was mainly like, from what I remember, the main appeal was like seeing what sort of freaky monsters this guy would have to deal with. You know, like the first ones, it starts very simple. It's like, oh, it's the dragon. And then it goes, there's a cyclops, there's a centaur, and then it goes into really freaky, weird ones.
Yeah, it's like, it gets to like a troll that can freeze people with its claws, and it gets to like a half scorpion man. Another one where it's like another centaur, but he can also split himself in half and become like a horse monster and a man monster sort of thing.
Yeah. So it was like, I would say that's underrated, but definitely I don't know how well they would hold up if I read them now.
They are basically,
I do recall,
because they are like scholastic beginner books, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they are like, you'd pick those up at a book fair.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, but I don't really. I'm a little normie when it comes to fantasy. To be honest, I haven't read like super niche fantasy. Like, I would at one point have brought up Neil Gaiman, but he's a terrible person. Turns out.
Yeah. It turns out that the male feminist was was a sex pest. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Who would have? Say it ain't so, Hugh. Say it ain't so. Yeah, but yeah, Neil Gaiman would have been there. Robert E. Howard, the Conan stuff, which I've started recently to read.
Oh God! Finally, yes.
Yeah, very good. Enjoy it a lot. But no, when it comes to like fantasy authors, I'm pretty normie. You know, we all know I like my Song of Ice and Fire. I like Lord of the Rings. I'm trying to think what. Yeah, no, I feel like I can't really answer this question. I'm a filthy normie.
And here's a more simple question: favorite video game? And
yeah, this I can answer. I have 3 in mind.
I know which one of those. I know which one of those is.
All right. So first is Mass Effect trilogy.
Of course.
Okay.
I know it.
I love the Mass Effect games. They are deeply sentimental to me. Second is Rogue Trader, the Rogue Trader video game.
Okay.
Really?
Which, in my opinion, it is the best Warhammer video game and is one of the best introductions to Warhammer for like new people.
Really, more than Space Marine.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed because Space Marine is great, but it doesn't tell you stuff about like actual like the universe of 40k outside of Space Marines.
Okay.
Rogue Trader, you
Okay,
get a bit.
yeah.
Rogue Trader, you get a bit of everything, and they also have a appendix, like appendices, a codex that gives you information about stuff. And last one for me is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Oh, you man. You beat me to it, but yeah.
Yeah. It's so good.
I'm a bit more of a normie, in which I would say 2 of my top video games will actually be God of War 1 and Metroid Prime.
That's fair. I never.
Which Metroid Prime, the original or 2 or 3?
That's what I said, Metroid Prime 1.
Oh, Metroid Prime 1, okay.
But I do like the trilogy, and the 4th game's coming out, so I definitely want to try that out.
Oh, yeah.
I never got into the Metroid games. I never really played them. Same with God of War. I was an Xbox kid, so never really played much of them.
I only started playing God of War in high school when I got a PS3, and then I could play the games. So, yeah, I think God of War 1, it has aged well.
Yeah, like God of War, like the original trilogy, it's like really good. Like when God of War, the Norse game came out and we were like, oh, God of War is finally matured. I was like, fuck off. God of War was always mature.
Yeah, especially the awesome sex scenes.
Yeah. Oh, but it had violence and sex scenes. Violence and sex scenes are mature. Fuck you.
Great.
Yeah, man. We got to play this mini game where you press, X and cube and X and cube, then flip it over.
4G mini games.
Yeah, idiot. That's what makes it mature.
4G mini game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude. Okay.
Don't you know how mature that is? Huh?
I promise you that's real. I promise you that's real.
Oh, dude, maybe I should check out the God of War game.
Yes.
God of War goes to Sparta. That's where there's an actual orgy going on.
Yeah.
It's not. It comes out as comical. Hey, he's the God of War.
Yeah, he's not the god of laying pipe.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, but go ahead.
I was going to say, do you think Aphrodite is also the goddess of disease and pestilence because of how filthy it probably is?
All the STDs.
Yeah.
All the STDs. No. She's the one that you go to cure the STD.
No. She's the goddess of sex and love, so she's probably riddled with STDs.
Nah, she's immune. She's immune to them.
Oh, how convenient.
She's only got eyes for them. Yeah. I mean, she's a god. She's literally a god. She'll be fine. Yeah. No, that's the curse. That is the curse she gives to people.
Or do you think
that displease her, she gives you an STD?
You get gonorrhea, you get syphilis.
You
syphilis riddled. Or do you think because of her time with Ares, it's kind of like a tunnel?
Gross.
Hephaestus is
Lewis, you definitely fall to Slanesh. You definitely fall to Slanesh. There's no
for real. You are full on Slaneshi. Do not trust you.
Or Hephaestus is sitting there crying and Ares is just staring him in the eye.
Like you had to go to the staring in the eye. Like that just makes me think of the eclipse in Berserk. Come on.
Oh no, you've made it worse.
Yeah, I know I made it worse, but I'm suffering, so you suffer now too.
No, but because of how Aphrodite is, she'd be telling Hephaestus to look.
Oh my god! Okay, you stop it! Stop it right now!
I'm going to hell. I'm not seeing the pearly
gates. Come on,
gates.
you sick bastard!
I'm not seeing the pearly gates. I'm not seeing the gates.
Seeing the pearly gates. Your kind will not see the kingdom of heaven.
You have Muslims and a Catholic rallying against you. You've gone too far.
It's like,
Crossing
boy,
the
there's
crescent
far
of
and there's
the
too
universe.
far. It's low even for you, Lewis. Oh, I'm sorry. It's like, oh, no. Well,
Anyway,
hold on.
yeah.
I'm full of squares. This
Yeah.
is a room full of squares.
Squares.
No, you're
I
right.
call
You know
square,
what?
I have in common decency.
You know what? Fair enough. If divine pagan cuckoldry makes me a square, I'll be a square. I'm okay with that.
My pagan cuckoldry.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'll be a square. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'll be the square in this situation if it means we can stop talking about sad Hephaestus.
Oh, that poor bastard.
And it happened
Yeah.
twice with another God of War.
Anyway, we were talking about video games, people.
Yeah, we were talking about big video games. Hugh, please save us from this line of thought. What are your top 5?
All right. So I would say that my top 5.
We didn't even say top 5. We just said favorite video game. Who said anything about
okay,
5?
favorite video games.
Nah.
Okay, favorite video games. I would say Persona 4 Golden.
Leap.
I cannot help myself. Like I met that. I came across that game at a very important time in my life, and I was hooked with the story. Like I never felt so. I never felt so kind of like invested in the story of a bunch of fictional characters that I have of a bunch of NPCs, right? But yeah, like
You know what?
the
Fair
Persona.
enough.
The Persona
That
games
was me
have a
with-
way of making you care about their characters. So Persona 4, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, yes, it's becoming fast. It's fast becoming one of my favorite RPGs. Because yeah, it's so good, and of course you guys know me. I'm the medievalist, so yeah, like there's no way I was not going to like it.
Yeah.
I actually also like Doom Eternal a lot.
That's a good
Yeah,
choice.
Doom
That's a
Eternal's
very
one
good
of my favorites, and I would probably say as well. What was the name? Come on, I cannot forget about this. Damn, I forgot my own favorite video game. What the hell?
Bro.
Yeah.
What's that about?
No. Oh no, I remember now. I remember Bloodborne.
Oh, yeah.
How could I forget
Oh,
Bloodborne?
Bloodborne.
Yeah. How can I forget Bloodborne?
Never
What's
played it.
wrong with me? You should.
Never
Like
played
if you
Bloodborne.
have an opportunity, you should totally.
I'll just play Elden Ring.
Okay, fair enough.
Elden
Like
Ring.
Elden Ring is it should be Elden Ring because Elden Ring is a mechanically superior game. But Bloodborne when it came out, it was really impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to play Bloodborne. I just don't have a PlayStation.
And those bastards at Sony will not give us a remastered version.
No.
It's
No,
basically
they
a
won't.
meme at this point,
It doesn't really need a
You'll get-
remaster. It's aged like wine.
Yeah,
You'll
I
get
know, but a
fucking-
PC port would be awesome. Let's face it.
How many Skyrims will there be before there's enough?
No, Skyrim is forever going to be a masterpiece of a game. I forgot to even mention that
It's
as a
fun.
favorite video game.
I will be honest. Skyrim's a little bit, in my opinion.
Boo on you. Boo on you.
No, 'cause-
You guys realize that a remastered version of Oblivion came out before Elder Scrolls 6 came out.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
fuck?
yeah. If we're talking about like video game bullshit, have you heard about the Last of Us?
Oh,
Like The Last of Us.
Move on.
my
Move
God.
on.
Yeah, who hasn't?
move on. We're moving on.
Yeah,
Screw that. Moving on.
Okay.
You
All
ruined
right.
it already. You ruined it already. Oh, I'm going to be a
It
great
sucks.
dad. It's like, oh, best off. Oh, whatever. Moving on with the other question,
Moving
right?
on. Okay, go ahead.
All right. What's your thoughts on the new Dark Heresy game, Also, there's a female Kroot GF. Yeah, that's the thing.
I did not know the crew. Did not know the crew in that game was female. But now that's you have to
Yeah.
get the fucking
You
carnivorous
just
bird.
awakened Badger's monster, alien fucker instincts.
You know, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Do all Kroot, male or
My
female, have a cloaca?
Ah, you Slanesh, you piece of shit.
Male bird vagina. They all have that.
Oh my god. God,
Now you've
Lewis.
ruined. My
It's a
inner
Sunday.
Master player was coming out. Yeah, and now I'm thinking about a Kroot cloaca. Like,
Oh shit.
yeah. Oh, that's gross. Actually, would they evolve something different depending on what they eat?
Well, I guess
I love
if
that you guys, you guys are asking the important questions.
that is an important
Yeah,
question.
these-
That's not how they breed, but because they're birds, they're going to have a cloaca.
James Workshop, we need these answers.
Yeah, we need a Inquisitor having to check down there. It's like,
Stop painting such a vivid image of the foulest of things. No, I'm killing that crew now. I'm not adding them to my crew. I'm just going to kill them.
Filthy Xeno should die anyway.
Yeah.
so would a Kroot lay eggs, or it's like a whole bunch of eggs, or is it one big egg?
Now that I think about it, do
Like an
Kroot
ostrich.
come from eggs? Now that I think about it,
I think they have this
don't
really
know.
weird reproductive system where it involves like slime on their hands. They rub it on a female's back or something like that. And I think they just
I think
pop
so.
out that way. I don't think they lay eggs, but I don't know.
If they do, are Kroot eggs a delicacy?
Oh, that's cannibal. Oh no, that's not a horror because they're cannibals themselves.
yeah, like they're already cannibals. What's the problem?
Like, because if they lay eggs, you know damn well that there is some planetary governor who for every day has like Kroot eggs and grok bacon.
Or he has like
That actually sounds tasty.
or he has a crude side piece and he thinks it's a woman, but it's a guy this whole time. But he just doesn't correct them.
What is it? What? All right, now you're adding femboys to this. What is wrong
Yeah.
with you?
Crude femboy.
Okay, no, like we're gonna put you on timeout. Come on.
No, I am the host of the show.
Find the Lord, please.
You're going to Bible camp, Lewis, until you turn
It's
normal.
called the Pint Cellar. It's called the Pint Cellar, not Lewis's Pint Cellar. I don't see your
No,
name
this is
in it.
No, this is Lewis. It should be Lewis's dungeon.
Please, I want to go home, Lewis. I need to go home. It's like, shh, no, you're with me
50
now.
Shades of Jarvis.
Dungeon Master.
No, it's
Yeah.
like, I'm going to turn you into my
50 Shades of
girlfriend.
Jarvis over here.
No, I'm going to turn you into my
Oh,
girlfriend.
you sick
What
fuck.
are you talking about? What do you mean? Shh, it's going to be okay. We're going to have plenty of fun together. No. Hubrecht, help!
You sick bastard.
4 CD estrogen
You will
pills.
not. Yeah, you will not you will not see the pearly gates. But now to answer the question, I have seen the new Dark Heresy trailer. It looks really cool. Owlcats Games pulled it off with Rogue Trader. I absolutely think they can pull it off with Dark Heresy. I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, honestly, I'm hoping. Yeah, one of my wish lists for it is that we can choose the Ordo. What Ordo are well in Dark Heresy? I think we start as an Inquisitor, as an interrogator for an Inquisitor, not as an Inquisitor ourselves. I don't know how they will handle that, but I would like that we can choose which Ordo we assign ourselves. Like Hereticus, Malleus, or Xenos.
Yeah, for sure. I think that would be really cool. In the tabletop game, you start as not even interrogators, you start as flights. So it makes me. I think the way Rogue Trader started, you were just a possible heir to the dynasty, and then shit happens, and then you become the Rogue Trader. I could definitely see the game starting, like the video game starting with us being an interrogator or an Inquisitor. That Inquisitor either going missing or dying, and then we're like we take over their organization, which would be very cool. There's an ogre in it too. I'm more excited about the ogre than anything else. I want to have my little buddy, my big dumb buddy.
I'm actually looking forward to the Farseer actually, because like with Irleth in Rogue Trader, she was she is an outcast, a ranger, an outcast, but I would like to see what conversations one can have with an Eldari Farseer of all things.
That could be so interesting, because Iralet was honestly one of my favorite companions in the game. I've actually found her really interesting in her perspective, in like the Eldar perspective for once. One of my favorite moments early when you recruit her is when someone on your ship tries to bang her or like wants to sleep with her, and she just kills them, because how dare they? She is she fucking wild that the Drukhari is somehow less racist than the Grapple.
Ooh.
Man.
That will never not be funny.
Yeah, the Chirurgeon, I'm looking forward to meeting. Just in general, like that cover, the Farseer definitely is going to be awesome to meet. Does make me wonder whether they'll give us another Death Cultist, because Cabela, Rogue Trader, my favorite character.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say because I just don't play the Dark Heresy game or Rogue Trader. I don't have games like that. But I am interested in that. There's like screen time with something like the Crude in the game. All jokes aside, I think it's interesting.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'm here hoping for. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say you finish that, because I was going to bring up Mechanicus 2.
Oh,
but, if you want.
Yeah. No. Go ahead. Bring it on.
Well, I was just going to say, like, Mechanicus 2 is another Warhammer game.
And they're going to add on the Votann to it.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds
finally,
good.
The Votann are getting something.
They got a novel, buddy. Come on.
Yeah, novel. How long's it been?
A year or two.
Right.
Oh, actually, it's been like this year. It's been this year. Come on, it's good.
Is the novel any good now that I think about it?
I have yet to finish it, but I've been told it's really good. They're in the first few chapters. They're infiltrating a hive fleet.
Right.
Oh shit! Infiltrating a hive fleet. Goddamn.
In the first few chapters, at least, yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, I'm also excited that the Necrons are playable in this one.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
But with that, actually, I think this concludes our episode of Pint Cellar. I have an excellent time. I had an excellent birthday. Everything was perfect for me. I think I had a great time. And I'm really glad that you guys had come onto the show to have a chat again. And I certainly have fun doing it. But is there anything you guys would like to say before we call it in?
Just thank you for having me. It's been a great time.
Yeah, thank you for having us, man. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys, and it's always a pleasure to record with you. And yeah, had a great time as well.
Yeah, it's awesome to gain the boys back in town again, and hopefully we can do something more like this going forward with Pint Cellar. And yeah, with that, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you all again next time with the next one. Take care, everyone.